told you Cain killed for jealousy. They never told you what he asked God, and why God answered with a mark. Cain didn't start with anger. He started with a question. Why did you accept Abel and reject me? God gave no explanation, no reason, no hint, just silence. That silence broke something in Cain. Abel accepted it. Cain couldn't. Cain believed the God who refused to explain himself was a God who feared the question. So Cain pressed harder. Why give me a mind you punish me for using? Why demand obedience but reject understanding? Heaven didn't answer, and Cain understood what Abel never did. Obedience earns favor, questions earn rejection, and Cain had too many questions. They said Cain killed Abel out of jealousy, but jealousy was only the spark. The real fire was the silence between him and God. Abel was accepted, Cain was dismissed, and dismissal turns men violent. Abel became the reminder Cain couldn't bear. The child God approved of. When Cain met Abel in the field, it wasn't a fight, it was a confrontation. Cain wanted answers, Abel offered loyalty instead of answers, and that was the final straw. Abel represented everything God wanted: obedience, simplicity, compliance. Cain represented everything God questioned: defiance, intelligence, resistance. Cain struck not to silence Abel's voice, but to silence heaven's silence. The ground drank Abel's blood, but Cain's tears fell first. Not for Abel, for the truth. God had already rejected him long before the altar. They said Cain killed Abel out of jealousy, but jealousy was only the spark. The real fire was the silence between him and God. Abel was accepted, Cain was dismissed, and dismissal turns men violent. Abel became the reminder Cain couldn't bear. The child God approved of. Then God confronted Cain, not with wrath, but with a sentence Cain never expected. God didn't destroy him, he wanted him alive. A killer protected by the one he offended. A murderer shielded from retaliation. A marked man no one could touch. God said no one will kill you, but he never said why. Because the mark wasn't mercy, it was control, not compassion. Cain carried something now, a knowledge, a defiance, a question that heaven needed to keep alive. But out of reach, Cain wasn't cursed. He was kept away from the rest of humanity. They said, they said, jealousy was only the spark. The real fire was the silence between him and God. Abel was accepted. Abel became the reminder Cain couldn't bear. The child God approved of. Cain wandered, not because he was lost, but because God needed him away from everyone else. Heaven watched him, angels tracked him, not to punish him, to study him. Cain challenged God directly. He faced the silence and survived. He carried a question heaven feared. What happens when a man refuses to obey God blindly? That question made him dangerous, too dangerous to leave unmarked on earth. Heaven couldn't take him, hell wouldn't dare. The world feared Cain, heaven feared what Cain now understood. But jealousy was only the spark. The real fire was the silence between him and God. Abel was accepted, Cain was dismissed. This dismissal turns men violent. The child God approved of. And that is why the tears of Cain still fall. Not for the blood he shed, answer heaven never gave.